camera.
Close the door. Esther. Please close the door. Hello? Please close the door.
Don't jam it too.
No, Mr. Balaji will still have to go upstairs.
Is Mr. Balaji inside? I've not seen
He's
him.
not. Please come, Mr. Balaji.
Tell him to come now. Mr. Balaji, come now.
What is that? What is that? You know, can I do that one?
Yeah, we're ready.
She knows how. She knows how. But she's not ready yet. No, if we are coming this way, she'll show me.
No, Bankole, I'm going this way.
You know how to follow.
I thought you said you'd be coming from the front. If she's walking.
Listen. Zoom out.
Alright, you can start. You can start.
Start.
Hey there, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. I'm right here at Lagos Aviation Academy, where our first masterclass of the year, titled Kickstarting a Career in the Aviation Industry, is about to go live. I'm sure you've been seeing our banners and videos on our social media and you
Cut.
will...
I don't think the mic is.
Hey there. Hey there, the moment we've all been waiting for is finally here. I'm right here at Lagos Aviation Academy, where our first masterclass of the year is about to kickstart, titled Kickstarting a Career in the Aviation Industry. I'm sure you've been seeing our banner and our videos on our social media, and you're wondering, what is the masterclass all about? I'm right here and I'm about to show you what's happening. But first, do you have your notes, books, and your pen with you? Because our distinguished speaker is dropping wisdom line and important info, and I don't want you to miss out. So, fam, without any further delay, let's dive right into it.
Hi everyone, welcome to this special masterclass. My name is Bankole Bernard, Head of School for Lagos Aviation Academy. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome everyone to this special event with the theme Kickstarting a Career in the Aviation Industry. We are truly honored by your presence today, and we are thrilled to have you share this momentous occasion with us. Our special thanks to the guest speaker of the day, Mr. Bankole Bernard. It is indeed an honor to be graced by the presence of such an accomplished veteran and entrepreneur. So quickly, I would like to talk about Lagos Aviation Academy. Lagos Aviation Academy, our vision and mission is to be the leading and best name in every aspect of aviation training in Nigeria and Africa. For our mission to impart relevant knowledge through innovative training solutions aimed at progressively building leaders and inspiring excellence in performance by all. Of course, speaking on our authorization and certification, we commenced operations in June 2017. We are NC authorized as Nigerian Aviation Authority. We are ATA approved as well, and we partner with Amadeus in Nigeria. Our learning options are traditional, virtual, and blended. Blended mixture of virtual and the physical. So far, we have trained a total of 1,948 students. This data is up to December 2023. Moving on, for LA courses, as the in-house courses, we have our basic ticketing and information course. We have customer service tour package, passenger ground service, visa application, and train the trainer. For the regulated courses by the Nigerian Aviation, we have cabin crew ab initio program, we have the cabin crew refresher, recurrent and conversion, as well as basic and advanced flight dispatch program. For IATA courses, we have foundation in travel and tourism, managing the travel business, IATA travel and tourism consultants. We have the cargo introductory class as well, plus the Amadeus program. Now, let's speak about the journey so far. We are diligent in our service delivery, which is of course evident in the quality of students that we have produced, who are well employed in organizations in the industry, as well as sterling student success rate in internal and external exams. Consistently, we have recorded over 75% success rate in all external examinations, which includes the NCA exams and the IATA exams. We have also produced the IATA Best Performer, overall best in Nigeria, in March 2018, March 2019, July 2021, and also January 2022. Some of our students are aviation professionals in airlines, travel agencies, and cargo agencies. Just a picture of our ambassadors. These are our students who are currently faced with different airlines right now as we speak. We have some in Max Air, Ethiopia, Dana, and United Airlines. Then for the travel and tourism, we also have these people. We have one of our students that was retained in LA. He's currently the team lead for the travel and tourism faculty. And we have people also in Finch Glow Travels, Top Travels, and Sadhguru Travels. Okay, so what is in it for you? You stand to gain in LA. Of course, we have an opportunity for you to develop yourself. So know that from time to time, we need to keep learning, we need to keep developing ourselves. Additionally, we have discounts on tuition available for you. Flexible payment, of course, we understand the situation of things in the country, so this is something we can work out for you. Then also flexible learning options, possibly probably are engaged in other businesses and you don't have time probably during the week, it's only weekends, we can always factor something for you. Then also we have free or discounted IATA certification courses as well. Then we have internship opportunities for you as well. So what do we expect you to do for us? We expect you to sign up for our courses, refer your family and friends, neighbors, church members, and even your enemies. We also expect you to spread the word. Follow us on social media. Our handles are laid, as you can see. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, which is X right now. Then our numbers are available for inquiries. This number is projected as we speak. Okay, so that will be all. So straight into the business of the day. I would like to introduce our guest speaker for today. So I'll be running through his profile. Mr. Bankole Bernard is the speaker for today. He has 15 years experience in the travel industry. Mr. Bernard is a seasoned and respected leader in the aviation industry. He's not just an expert, he's a trailblazer, having successfully built over 6 brands operating in travel space. So let me just let you know, Fringe Glow is the group managing director for Fringe Glow Holdings, which has 6 subsidiaries. He has also won a myriad of personal accolades. The Guardian newspaper named of the best, one of the 50 most impactful and award-winning CEOs contributing to Nigeria GDP in 2021. Then also, during his term, as the former president of the Nigerian Association of Travel Agencies, that is NANTA, he was recognized as the most active association president in West Africa by African Travel Times in 2019. He also received the Virgin Atlantic Award for the Best Revenue Growth and Best Overall Revenue Achiever in 2019. Is the current president of African Aviation Training Organizations Nigeria, AATO, and also as a passionate social entrepreneur, Mr. Bankole is dedicated to mentoring the next generation of aviation professionals and brings a wealth of knowledge to guide you on your aviation career path. So I want to charge you all. It is an opportunity for you to learn from him, get your bios, your papers, tap into the wisdom and experience that he has. He's a veteran, and also there will be room for questions after his lecture. So at this point, without any further ado, I want to welcome Mr. Bankole Bernard. Please let's give him a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. We don't seem to be in a very bright spirit this morning, so I'm going to pretend as if I haven't greeted you. So I'm going to say good morning, everyone. Good morning, yes. It gives me great pleasure to be in your midst, and I pray that God will grant me the wisdom to impact you all today as we commence on this journey. This journey that you're about to embark on is a journey that is all about you and you alone. You know, more than often in my career, I started my career, by the way, as a banker, because after finishing from school, there is need for me to work. Then, just like each and every one of you, I had to prepare my CV, correct? Just like we all did. So I prepared my CV, and I submitted it, and I got my very first job. And that was the first and the last time that I had to apply for a job. Why was it like that? I worked in 3 different banks before I started off my business. The second, after the first job, the second job, I was highly sought after, that we need you to come and work with us because we know that you will add value to us. So I was being begged to come and work. So I took the pain to cross over to the next bank. Then the third bank came again and said, "Sir, we need you to come and work with us because we know you will add value to us." And I did go there to work with them. So what am I trying to say to you? First point, make yourself too relevant to be ignored. I'll repeat that. Make yourself too relevant to be ignored. When you are relevant in the scope of things, you will be sought after. You won't be the one that is looking for a job. Job will look for you because of what you have. But more than often, we are never prepared. What do? It's like we playing Bet Niger, trying our luck to see which one will win. But you cannot treat your life like that. You can't. So you must first understand that first principle. Then the second principle is what's going to take me to the slide of what I want to present to you today. More than often, we lose identity of who we are. There's a uniqueness in each and every one of us. The DNA in me is different from the DNA in you. Yes, we are all human beings, but our DNAs are different. So you must first understand, who am I? It's very, very important. Who am I? I might look like her, but I'm not her. Our personality is different from my personality. So I must be able to understand who I am before I launch myself out. So more than often, what we see around is we see people focusing so much on careers. If I ask all of you now, that at the end of this, submit your CVs, you'll pile it up. You're not even interested whether the job makes sense or it doesn't make sense. But the fact that if you've been asked to submit your CVs, you're all willing to. And people have fallen victims of different things just because they've made themselves so desperate. Yes, we can't rule out the hardship in the country. For true, yes. There's hardship in the country. But it goes beyond that. It means that you and I need to apply wisdom into whatever we're doing. So first thing first, you must understand the career you want to pursue. Your generation is lucky because quite a number of opportunities have opened up. I remember in our days, there are very few. What do you want to become? I want to become a doctor. I want to become an engineer. I want to become a lawyer. I want to become an architect. I want to become whatever, which are very few. But now, there are so many things you can become. So many things. One of it is to become a social influencer. And you will far, far be richer than the so-called doctor that has gone to school, done all the exams. So what does that mean? It just simply means that you need to identify who you are and what you want and what makes you happy. So there's a difference between your career and your passion. So what is your passion? Let's ask. Let's know what your passion is. What is your passion? What is your passion? What is that thing that makes you happy irrespective of the circumstance under which you're doing it? Can you think of anything? Anything that makes you happy irrespective of the circumstance? Most times when I see people with their CVs and I'll see they will write their hobbies, because most of those CVs are copied from another CVs, it doesn't reflect who they are in the CV. So now you've come to me, you said, my hobby is I enjoy traveling. Correct? A lot of us, we write it there. I enjoy traveling. Oh, and I said, fantastic. So if you enjoy traveling, please tell me where and where you've been to. And the next answer will be actually, because of finances, I've not been able to travel. Your hobby and finances, there's no correlation. There's no correlation. Oh, okay, let me tell you. I enjoy traveling. And because I enjoy traveling, and the only way I could afford it is to go by road. So I would travel by road all the way going through the states, all the way to the north. Well, thank God, things were safer then. But it was much easier. And he exposed me to different states. It exposed me to different states. And when I wanted to go further on that adventure, I went to Benin Republic, to Togo, to Port Novo, to Benin Republic, to Togo, Togo to Ghana. They're all lined up. That is a man that is trying to fulfill purpose based on what he likes, correct? So we need to understand what our passion is. We need to understand what our passion is. And more than often, it's actually revealed to us, but we ignore it because we felt, oh, that's what we are just doing for leisure. Your passion is what will make you, at the end of the day, stop chasing shadows. Some are able to discover their passion on time, while others are busy doing what other people are doing. You need to stand out. You need to differentiate yourself. Once you identify your passion, chase that pathway, and your success is inevitable. Your success is inevitable. Another nugget I'm going to give to you now is you being intentional about life. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional. Your life is not a kite. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your life, this life, is not a kite that you're just, okay, I'm going out to play with it. I'm going out to play with it. Your life is not a kite. You have to be intentional about your life and what you want to achieve. So the question you ask yourself is this: I have discovered my passion. I'm going to be intentional about my passion. Because at the end of the day, that is what is going to set me apart. You discover your passion, you become intentional about your passion. It will set you apart. That way, your success is inevitable. I know we found ourselves in the generation where all we think about or all we want is money. Right? Yes. It's just money. How more than often doesn't matter. All we just want is money. But do you know something? The money will come the moment you focus on your passion. I remember when I went into this industry. Remember, I was coming from the banking industry to go into the aviation industry, and I decided to set up a travel agency because what else could I have done other than to set up a travel agency, because it's in the downstream sector. It is at the rock bottom of how to start any career. So it means that I need to learn everything about the industry. So I was willing to learn from everybody. So I wasn't going to take chances by not knowing. I was learning. Every day I was learning. Yes, do you think I was not worried that from earning salary as a manager in the bank into not having salary anymore to start up a business? And I remember the very first business ticket we sold. It was Arik Airline. I will never forget. And the ticket was 106,000 naira. And the payable to the airline came to about 100 to 101. So the income was about roughly 6,000 naira. And I laughed and I said to myself, how do I sustain this body with this kind of amount and take care of a wife and a child then? But luckily for me, I read economics. Immediately I reminded myself that it now becomes a game of numbers, which is the multiplier effect of having to sell as many tickets as possible to be able to make something tangible. Now, if it was someone else, you would have been discouraged because the amount is not encouraging in any way or any manner. So I wasn't discouraged. I just said to myself, I have to do as many as possible. And here we are, the story is different. Did I give up? No. Was I challenged? Yes. So I will say this to you again. Inasmuch as you are passionate about it, you are intentional about it, you need to persevere. Hello? You need to what? Perseverance is really necessary because the journey of life is never an easy one. It's never an easy one. You know, for a lot of us that have been tempted, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you're still feeling so sleepy, you now say, let me do another 30 minutes. Do you know that's the beginning of the wala? Let me do another 30 minutes. That's the devil speaking with you. You need to get that body up as quick as possible. The devil is just saying sleep because you get to work late. It's not necessary. There's a price for everything. So there's nothing like, say, let me sleep a little bit. What you need to do is to act immediately. Get up, get yourself prepared. But more than often, we're not willing to persevere because the pain is not something we want to bear. Forgetting that that pain is just for a while. It's just for a while. So once you learn the ability to persevere, you've set yourself on that pedestal of growth. That's what happens. That's what happens. And you continue to convince yourself every day of your life that number one, life is a journey. Number 2, it is what? Progress over what? Perfection. Oh, I'm going to wait for the right time. The right time is what? Now. There can't be a better time than now. So why don't you get it done? So it is called what? Progress over what? Perfection. So once we understand these principles, it will help us. I remember when a travel agency that was with us was our client in Abuja, and she came to me and said that she wants to work with an airline. You know, it has always been a life dream to work with an airline. I said, but you're already doing well in ticketing and reservation. She said, yes. She's very happy with it. She's done good sales and all that. I said, oh, really? Okay. So, what do you want me to do? She said, I know that you know a lot of people. I need you to speak with. I said, it's not a problem. I know you to be a very smart girl. And as long as you're willing, you will get it. So I spoke with my contact there. So she was enlisted to partake in the exams. And she passed. She did the interview, and they employed her. Now, a whole lot of us were very laid back. We don't push. That's what they call self-worth. You must know who you are and what you want. Remember, because this was a lady that was doing well, she was selling tickets and making money, but she wasn't satisfied. She needed something that she will find fulfillment in, which was working with the airline has been a dream for her. But today, she got it. Now she has worked with the first airline. She has moved to the second airline. And let me say this to you today. If you have found yourself in the aviation industry, one of the things that you must focus on is do not start your ladder from the top. Everything in life is a step-by-step process. Oh, I want to work with Emirates. Is there anything stopping you from starting with Aero Contractor? Is anything? But some of us will say it is Emirates or nothing. Because life itself is a journey. You need to start from somewhere. My prayer is that Nigeria will be one of those countries that will be exporting personnel in the aviation industry to the rest of the world. For those that caught the revelation, they said amen to it. And for those that are still sleeping on it, my prayer is that God will open your eyes and your ears so that the wisdom gets into you. And that's the truth. The truth is, we cannot have a population of over 200 million people, and we won't know what to do with it. And they'll be telling us there's a high rate of unemployment. Why should it be like that? So it means that if we train, we can export to those places where they have scarcity, correct? But the journey starts from here. What you're able to do with yourself now. So I'll say this before I go to my slide. don't let anybody deceive you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with delay gratification. What did I say? Now, what do I mean by delayed gratification? Because more than often in this generation, we want everything quick and fast. And when you look at it, it is a reflection of what the generation demands. Even our artists, that's the line at which they sing, correct? What's that Davido song about 30 billion? 30 billion what? Nah, okay. You know, and we're all excited singing it. There's absolutely nothing wrong singing all those songs. Because they've seen through and they understand what will appeal to us. Everybody wants to be rich. Ashake is always talking about money, money, money. There's absolutely nothing wrong in being ambitious. Absolutely nothing wrong. But why don't you find yourself on the right path? What is the right path? By ensuring that you know what your passion is and you pursue your passion to the full. It will give you what Ashake, David, all of them, they have. Because there's a gift that God has given to each and every one of us. It is the manifestation of that gift that sets you and I apart from the rest. And my gift is different from your gift. And that's why your DNA is different from my DNA. So we must understand that. The moment we have a very good understanding of these things, life becomes a lot better for us to thrive and for us to make success. So on that note, I will run through the slide and see how best you could pick one or two things from it, and I'll be more than glad to entertain questions at the end of this class. What is important to me is that you will have been able to discover at the end of this class who you are. Because that's very important. You need to discover who you are. You are not just anybody. You are created for a purpose. And that purpose must be fulfilled. Not by me, but by you. And it takes you staying focused on that purpose. And that purpose must align with your passion. The moment it aligns with your passion, you're a different person. Okay? All right. So, let's go. So, I have this quote. In a world that is often emphasizes career paths and professional achievements, it's easy to overlook the profound impact of following your passion. What is your passion? Passion is an intrinsic force that transcends the boundaries of career choices, opening doors to a realm of fulfillment and a personal growth that goes beyond the traditional notion of success. Do you need me to repeat that? Now, passion, remember what we're trying to... Can you go back, please? Passion is an intrinsic force that transcends the boundary of career choices. So you see why your passion is what is key and not just focusing on career. So if you are one of those people that have found yourself in here just because a family member says, oh, just go and do it, then you will miss the opportunity that is here. Because you really need to ask yourself, what is my passion? What do I love to do? The moment you are able to find an answer, to that question, they need to set you out differently. Passion is an intrinsic force that transcends the boundaries of career choices, opening doors to a realm of fulfillment and personal growth that goes beyond the traditional notion of success. Go to the next slide. You know, we've all gone to schools. People always feel that, oh, once you've gone to school, you are a graduate, automatically you are able to set a career path for yourself. Yeah, you can set a career path for yourself and you still not succeed in life. Simply because you fulfill the mandate of going to school. Peradventure, maybe it was your parent that forced you to go to school because they want you to be a graduate. Correct? Not that that's what you really want, or because you see that your friends, they are graduates, so you don't want to be seen as someone that did not go to school. So you've gone to school. But let me ask you, the fact that you've gone to school, does that mean that you're going to have a bright future? So you fulfill the minimal career, which is getting knowledge that is necessary for you to thrive in life. Simple. And that knowledge is what they call universal knowledge. And that's why it's called a university. Because that's the highest form of tertiary institutions. Universal knowledge is gotten from a university. It doesn't mean that you are going to be successful in life. So it is when you're out, you will now apply that knowledge to the passion in you. That's what will set you apart. So, the reason a lot of people do not excel, is that they pursue career instead of pursuing passion. Passion defines who you are and eliminates the pain of what you do because of the love for it. Which is the perseverance that I spoke about. When you're doing what you love, do you know you don't even know when time would have gone by? You don't even know, you don't even feel the pain because you love what you do. You're enjoying what you do. That thing that you enjoy is the gateway to your success. But more than often, you say, I only like to weave hair, but that's not what I do. I'm a teacher. Or I'm a banker. Or I'm a lawyer. Let me say something to you. The reason you are not so involved in that thing that gives you joy is because you want to be perceived by friends and by others that is a career, when you would have focused on your passion that would have set you aside. I remember in my days, if any of us had said that I want to become a professional footballer, there's every likelihood that your parents will have disowned you. That after I've suffered to send you to school, you want to become a professional? Not in my house. That child will be disowned. But today is a different story, right? So you can imagine many of us in my days that missed it simply because we were forced to pursue career instead of pursuing our passion. So when you ask kids these days, even the kind of answers they give to you, they are different from what we had then. I remember my 9-year-old child telling me Daddy, I'm sorry. I don't think I want to become the MD of Finch Glow. I want to be a YouTuber. You know, I want to become a YouTuber. I'm going to be doing a lot of games and I'm going to be making a lot of money. I'm sorry to let you down. I couldn't complain. If it was before, I would have said, what is he saying? But I've come to the realization that you pursue what? Your passion and not your career. Can you see the difference? He has said it to me, I'm sorry. If what you really want from me, that's not what I want. At 9 years old, I know what I want. I want to become a YouTuber. So what do you want to become? So don't stay in this class. Because at the end of this program, you must be able to decide within yourself, what do I really want? It might be that your primary purpose of coming here is to gain the knowledge of the industry so that you can be the tailor that will be making uniforms for the people in the industry. Can you see that? You've come here for something different, you've gained something else, and it works in line. Who says tailors are not making money? So you're going to be a different one based on the knowledge you have acquired. So please pursue your passion. Next slide. Do not go into any form of career without understanding what your passion is. If you pursue your passion vigorously, you will excel at what you do. If you pursue your passion vigorously, you will excel at what you do. So, identifying your passion, first of all, requires some level of reflection. And when you reflect, you ask yourself, what is that thing? There's that thing. There's that thing that I have that everyone around me, they don't have it. That's what makes me different. There's that thing. But the only way to identify that thing is your ability to reflect without being congested in your head. Because when you're congested, you can't really go into reflection of what you really want in life. So we need to understand that. It's very, very important. So, passion. So, pursue your passion vigorously so that you excel at whatever it is that you do. Whether it's granules that you are selling, you excel at it. Whether it's selling beans, whether it's making clothes, whether it's making shoes, whether it's selling hair, whatever it is, whatever. Just make sure that whatever it is that you're doing is something you are passionate about. When I talk about your passion, it's not I like. I like is not what you like. Your passion is who you are. Yes, that's who you are. When you check it very well, you realize that your passion is who you are, something you do naturally without being forced to do it. Can you imagine? I'm the one that cook for everybody in my house. They're also lazy. I'm the only one cooking for them. You've identified your passion. Rather than cooking for them, that cooking for them at home is a training ground for you to start cooking for 5,000 people at a party. Can you imagine if that little boy didn't have loaves of bread? What would Jesus have multiplied? Really? Huh? So think about it. Let's go. Don't compare yourself to others. Do not compare yourself to others. You are a different person. Remember, we spoke about your DNA, your identity, who you are. Cynthia is different from Folake. It's not just in names. Cynthia is different from Folake. Even they are both female, but they're different. Even when they look alike, they're both different. Because both of them, they've got two separate personalities. They've got two separate personalities. So we must understand who we are. Who are you? I don't know how many of you had the opportunity of watching The Greatest Show. The Greatest Showman. How many of us? You like that song? Somebody's trying to sing it for us. You know, I listened to the lyrics and I said to myself, oh, so it's all about, this is who I am. This is me. This is me. Accept me for who I am. I don't have to be you. I don't have to be her, but this is who I am. This me that you're seeing is all. If you can accept me for who I am, then the world is good. So, what you read in school is to enhance your ability to think and to do things appropriately. School is not a definition of what your future is or should be. For everyone that has graduated, there are 3 questions you should ask yourself. Next slide. Who am I? What do I want from life? What makes me happy? You see, the moment you are able to ask yourself certain questions, it helps you to define who you are, what you want, and what gives you that joy. I'll give you a quick story at this point. There was a lady that was an athlete, and she thought winning the Olympics will give her fulfillment. That winning the Olympics will give her fulfillment. So she started practicing day and night. She practiced day and night. She abandoned her family, her children, her husband, because she was in pursuit of what she thought would give her fulfillment. So she went on and on until the day of the game, and she won. And they hung the medal on her. So after she received the medal, she came to one realization that, you mean because of this medal, I let go of every other things in my life that are important to me, my children, my husband? She threw the medal away because she realized at the end of the day that that's not what gives her fulfillment. So you must look for that thing that makes you happy. What is that thing that makes you happy? Is it sewing clothes? Is it making food? Is it doing makeup for other people? Just think about it. Think about that thing that makes you happy. That if they wake you up, you are willing to do it. You might, oh, but why did you wake me up? But you are willing to do it. Once you discover that thing, that's your passion. Then start to pursue that passion vigorously. Next slide, please. Embracing your passion is not a rejection of a career, but an acknowledgement that true fulfillment transcends the boundaries of professional success. So embark on the journey of self-discovery. Nurture your passions and unlock the boundless joy they bring to every facet of your life. Embark on the journey of self-discovery and nurture your passions and unlock the boundless joy they bring to every facet of your life. So when you look at all that we've been talking about since, it's all about passion. And your passion, we can't separate you from your passion. You and your passion, you are the same. Because your passion is who you are. So you and your passion, you are the same. So don't let, your career is not who you are. Your career is not who you are. You can separate it. You can say tomorrow, I no longer want to be a food maker. And that will be it. But you see, your passion is who you are. Is what forms your personality. So you must really understand this thing. Once you understand it, it sets you apart from everybody. And you are able to attain your goals. So let's pursue our passion. Next slide, please. Oh, I didn't even know I've got into the last slide. So without much ado, I believe that I've been able to establish the fact that with your passion, you are unstoppable. And you know the sweet thing about your passion. No matter when you discover it, that's the truth. No matter when you discover it, it's as fresh as when you were, the day you were born. For most of us, we've seen KFC around, right? And I'm sure some of us, we have eaten out of it, right? But I hope you know that it was just one man that discovered his passion, and he didn't pursue his passion on time until when he was old. Go and read the history. It's online. Just when he found his passion, did everything change? Everything changed for him. Everything. A pauper became a millionaire, multi-millionaire at an old age. Throughout his youthful life, he was a pauper. He didn't have money. He was struggling because he was pursuing career and he ignored his passion. So your story is going to be different from today. You are going to pay attention to your passion so that your story is completely different. And I can tell you something. If you start today, even your friends will know it, because you might not have a choice but to change your circle of friends. You change your circle of friends. You will now start to look for people that have your kind of passion to associate with. They will tell you, oh, you have new friends now. They tell them yes. Yes. The good thing about life is we can choose our friends, but we can't choose our family. Right? We can choose our friends. I'm sorry. Your vision and I does not align. So if it doesn't, let me select those that will be in same line with me. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you owe nobody an apology. So on that note, thank you very much for listening. Okay, before I round up finally, because this is a new beginning, and for us this year is all about repositioning. How many of you have a theme for yourself for the new year? If you are the type that you don't have a theme, you better start cultivating the habits of having a theme. Our theme for this year is repositioning. If you don't say, here I am, nobody will say, there you are. Correct? So you have to say, here I am, then people will say, there you are. So for us, it's all about repositioning. And if you don't believe it, all you just need to do is come back for verification at the end of the year. Then you will know whether truly we have really repositioned or not. So there's going to be a discount offer for participating in our master class, both for physical and online. So we have discounts for you by virtue of the fact of being here. I would have expected that people to be excited. Everything in life is an opportunity. Like I said to those people that play lottery, that if you don't play the lottery, you can't win the jackpot. So the first aspect is to partake in the game. So by virtue of you being here, you have what? You have qualified for a discount that others. So it's now left for you to take advantage of such discount. So the school will tell you further what the discount is all about. You know, the school, we have NCAA courses, we have IATA courses, we sell IATA kits. You know, and more than often, we create employment opportunity for a whole lot of you. As long as you're willing. As long as you're willing. So there's an opportunity for employment. But more than often, people just do whatever they like. And they expect a perfect result. No. It's not just going to happen. So you must know what you are. I'm sure that after today, your story will be different. It has to be different. It has to be different too. Because I'm interested in your success. I didn't just come here because I don't have things to do. Let me explain to you. I'm extremely, extremely busy. But I'm here because of you. Nothing more. I'm here because of you, because I need to pass the message, and you need to hear it, and you need to activate it, and you need to let it produce result for you. So my effort will not be in vain. It won't be in vain. And the only way it won't be in vain is the commitment I get from each and every one of you to say to me, today is the beginning of a new journey for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We're very, very grateful for your presence and for you honoring our invitation. Thank you very much. Please, let's give him another round of applause. It's actually a very rare opportunity to have him around. He's a very busy person, and just like he said, and he's also someone that has passion for young individuals that want to kickstart a career like you. Is someone that is so interested in adding value to people's lives. As you can see, he's the president, like I mentioned earlier, of the Association of Authorized Training Organization, and this is cut across the whole of Africa. All training organizations authorized by NCA or Ghana CA, whatever, is the president. And we're lucky, sir, to have you in our midst. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so just to buttress on what he mentioned, the discount. Yes, please. I know you have questions. Please, let's just pull them together. We can send them to Ms. Berenike there. And for people online as well, please, your questions are also welcome. We'll be attending to them one after the other. So also about the discount, please, the lady in red, her name is Berenike. You can see her for further details. And for people that are watching us online, you can click on the link on our bio for more information. So questions, please. I don't know. Anybody? Okay. I'm coming.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tani Molalebede, and the first thing I'm going to say is, during the course of my discussion, he's going to understand. Sir, I want to say to you, either your mentorship form is available or not, it's open or not, you already got yourself a mentee. Well, I actually came with my writing material, but when he started speaking, I had to close my book, then cover my pen, because he was actually talking to me and talking about me. If you look at me very well, I should be in the generation that is next to him. Somewhat. Now, I used to be a banker like himself, and I worked with Sonic Bank then. After that, with First Bank, before moving to other organizations. Recently, sometime last year, there's this nephew of mine that was with me, and he made a mistake, and I was trying to admonish him. And I told him that, look at me, I'm doing well in my own right. And by the time I settle down, you know what I like to do, I'll just be traveling about. After the discussion with him, I went back inside. That was when I now realized that, what is that thing that I'm passionate about? Let me tell you this, I left Oceanic Bank because Oceanic Bank brought me from Kano back to Lagos. And I resigned to go and join another organization that paid lesser than Oceanic Bank. The reason was, well, while I was with Oceanic Bank, I have this freedom of movement. I was the regional ATM engineer for Oceanic Bank in the north. So I've moved all around Nigeria. I've been to every single state in Nigeria. And that was one of the reasons. Sorry that my contribution might be a little long. So that was why I left Oceanic Bank for First Bank. And along the line, I discovered that Oceanic Bank, First Bank 2 was restricting me, so I left again. And along the line, last year, I discovered that Oceanic Bank, First Bank down that. What is that thing restricting me? After a while, I went back to school. And along the project management. Last year, I'm a project manager that Oceanic Bank, First Bank oil and gas. What is that thing restricting me? After a while, I went back to school. And along the project management. Last year, I'm a project manager that Oceanic Bank, you might be asking me, what is that thing restricting me? After a while, I went back to school. And along the project I am here because I discovered my passion. And that was the reason why I said was talking about me and talking to me. One thing I realize is I'm always very happy whenever I'm maybe on a journey. I will see things. When I was moving around Plateau State, there are some things that we only get to see in the movies, but you see them in Plateau State. When I travel abroad, sometimes I realize that I'm this kind of person that doesn't want to leave Nigeria. I don't want to japa. I'm a bona fide Nigerian. I'm a first citizen in my country. I don't want to japa. But whenever I'm outside, it's not because of the environment or anything that entices me. But I discover that I'm always happier. Either two things usually give me joy. When a flight is landing and when it's taking off. It's part of the things that I derive joy in. And when I'm outside the country, it's not about the hotel. Or I've tried as much as possible to think about it. It's not about the hotel. It's not about the conducive environment. But there's something in it that usually gives me joy. So I now sat down last year and think about it. In my life, when was the time that I was happiest? I'm not a womanizer, so that people might think that, okay, when I go outside the States, I might be having fun. No. But I realized that it was while I was working with Oceanic Bank, because I was moving about. And when I've been to other countries, I see that there's this particular joy that I have. There's this freedom of spirit that I have. So when he's talking about pursuing your passion, that thing is very, very important. And I don't want to be like the owner of KFC. You know, he discovered his passion while he was writing his death note, his suicide note. I don't want to get to that point. And that is why I'm taking the turn now. And I thank God. I want to give special glory to God Almighty for making me to come here. I was actually just going to drop my wife. My wife is your ex student here. She did 2 programs, IATA, Travel and Tours, then she did another program. I was just going to drop her, then go. But I would have been going to that same place to pursue those things that doesn't make me happy. But because we have decided that, okay, this year what we are doing, by the way, she is about to become the MD CEO of Moniage Travel and Tours. That is in process. So I am here because I want to be an investor in the aviation industry. I'm not actually looking for a job. Either you are looking for a job or not, this is a class you should be. And this is an academy you should attend. Please, I'm not advertising for them. I know the value my wife came out with. And that is one of the things that actually make me to realize my passion. Then lastly, sir, that thing that I said in the beginning, I'm serious about it. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If there's nothing I will leave here with, I'll leave here with the fact that I have a mentee. You know, yeah, thank you very much for that. And I'll say to you, I've not come here because I want to talk. You are going to give money at the end of the day. I'm not here. I'm here because my life is all about impacting other lives. If my life will not impact other lives, then it's no life. It's no life. But I want my life to be meaningful. So I'm going to continue to pursue that thing that gives me joy. And what gives me joy is my ability to impact other lives. Thank you very much.
Good morning, sir. Thank you very much for the session. But I have 2 questions. So the first question I want to ask is this. Is it possible, sir, to derive a career from your passion? Yes. For instance, you said that sometimes, usually we pursue our careers at the expense of what actually gives us joy. So I want to ask that, is it possible that you derive a career from your passion? That's the first question. Then the second question, sir, you mentioned something now that you derive joy in impacting lives. So for some people, or let me say like myself, I may not really be able to say, oh, this is really what gives me joy, but I just find myself, when I'm in the midst of maybe younger people than I am, helping them or just trying to guide them. So in such situation, you may not be able to say, oh, this is the field I may fit in perfectly, or this is that field I may fit in perfectly. So how can one have a balance about it?
Okay. Thank you. You can find a career in your passion. What we're saying is that when your career is your passion, you are in tune with and become. For instance, we all don't discover ourselves at the same time or on time. On round before eventually find. Monica, can you put up? It's off. Okay. Before they find, before they discover who they are. For instance, you've graduated from school, then you ended up getting a job in the bank. So while you're working in the bank, you see yourself, because you like to sew, right? Oh, all you started with is you just make your own clothes and your design. And every time you come to work in your clothes and your design, people keep asking you, oh, who's your tailor? Who made it? Where did you get material and all those things? You know, oh, I got it myself. Oh, please, can you make one? No problem. Oh, because you're my friend, you make one for her. Another person will come to you and you make. What you have not realized is the fact that despite the fact that you're working in the bank, you've seen and you've heard what people are saying about what you do. So you can be finding joy in working in the bank, but that's not the ultimate, because there's something else that you will do that will give you better fulfillment, which is you didn't tell people that you make clothes. It's something you love to do, and it's showing on you, and people could see it, and they are buying into it. So the question now is, why waste so much time doing something else when you've discovered your passion? For some, that is their story. For some, it is delayed. But for some, that career of theirs is their, and that's what they're going to do for a very long time. You know, I don't know if any of you had the opportunity of working. You know, there are some people they do well in sales, while some people they will do very well in operations. But the moment you move them from, they will fail woefully, because you are them with their strength. You have to with their strength so that they can do the kind of results that they want. Okay.
All right, thank you, sir, for this wonderful time. I want to ask a question, sir. I used to love being a military lady, but as I came into aviation, I fell in love. I had passion for the cause. So I want to ask, is it really possible for one to switch from former passion to the next place you found, or maybe you say, I have passion for this? Is it really possible?
It is very possible. We can have multiple passions. There's absolutely wrong with that. You just need to discover yourself. Now, you are a military personnel, and now you've come to aviation, and you found out that you love aviation as well. But you equally love the military. Now you've discovered that you have two passions that you're very passionate about. You wish you could keep the two. My dear, take your time to reflect on those two things. There might be a merger in the process. Maybe all you needed to have been in the first place is to be in the military and the Air Force aspect of the military that partake to aviation. Do you understand it? It just requires you to sit back and reflect on the passion that you have. These two passions, how can I merge it together? What is God trying to tell me about these two things? Because it is not a coincidence. But you know, we all wonder till we discover who we are or what we can make out of life. And I think that's what you need to do. So there's time for you to take a step back and reflect on those two passions, and you'll be able to come up with something. Thank you.
Sir, we have an online question here. Somebody is asking, is it advisable to launch into the industry with NCA license or IATA certification? Which one is more preferable?
Both are marketable. As long as what you're doing, you are doing it for what you love. And you're not just doing it because you want to build a career. You must identify what you want. Being in NCA, what sort of courses are you taking? Have you partaken in the flight dispatching course or cabin crew ab initio? So you must know what you want. So once you identify what you want, then it is no longer a problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Is that the only question we have from online? All right.
Do we have any other question here? Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful chip class.
The hospitality industry. Two together, if it's possible.
It is possible. It's a matter of how you go about it. The world is ever evolving. And like I said to you, you can have multiple passions. It's just a way of how do I connect these points together to make sense at the end of the day. Yes, you love hospitality. Forgetting that even hospitality and aviation, there are quite a lot of, similarity and coexistence between both. I don't know if you've taken study now, it's just that we have not woken up to that idea of the mega countries around the world. They've turned their airports to a shopping center. Have you noticed that you could actually live there? They've got hotels in there. They've got everything. Is that all not aviation related? So it is. They're all intertwined. It's a matter of understanding what you want and the role you want to play in there. It's as simple as that. As a matter of fact, the last time Dubai, they were grossing in almost $1 billion, if not more. I don't have the accurate figure, from the airport. The airport has everything you can think of. So if you want to even say, I want to know a bit about aviation, you can find somewhere within the airport terminal where you pay and you have aircraft simulations that will give you insight into what aircraft is all about. So you can see that it's very easy for you to merge passions. It's a matter of how you go about it. And just like I said, don't get yourself crowded up. All you need to do is take time out to reflect, and you'll be able to put the pieces together, and it becomes a whole to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. We seem to have a lot of questions talking about marrying careers together. Somebody is also asking, how can one manage two passions, especially one that isn't really related in terms of similarity? Example, ticketing in aviation and confectionery business.
Ticketing in aviation.
Ticketing
Yes.
in aviation and confectionery business.
Confectionery business. It's still the same answer I'm going to be giving to each and every one of these passions that you think. There's something interrelated that you just need to bring together. That's all you need to do. Now, do you know that in the aviation industry, there's practically nothing outside that does not have a reflection in the industry in one way or the other? So maybe what this person needs to do at the end of the day, because I'm not God, right? And I might not know as much as, because the passion is, you know, it might be that there's a special confectionery that he needs to bring on board that the airlines will buy into and makes his career the right path for him or her, and that's what they need to do. There is absolutely nothing wrong in having multiple passions, so that we understand it. There's absolutely nothing wrong. All you just need to do is to see how best to connect the pieces together to make a whole lot of sense to you. That's what is important. Don't get confused. Remember, he gave some 1, he gave some 5, and he gave some 10. And even the least that got 1 did not use it well. So remember that. So you can have a multiple passions, a multiple talents. It is left for you how best you merge it together. It is left for you. You know, I remember way back when I used to go for travel exhibitions, because when I started, I had to be traveling out to meet people, to understand more about travel beyond the 4 shores of Nigeria. Then I came to understand that it's only in Nigeria that we don't have special market for each segment. So somebody will say, I run a travel agency. If they are talking about destination management, you say you are there. If they are talking about travel management company, you say you are there. If they are talking about OTA, you say you are there. If they are talking about being a consolidator, you say you are there. Relax now. Is it just one person? You want? It's not possible. It's just a bit difficult. So it makes it difficult for you to specialize in key areas. So we must learn to specialize in key areas. So if you say, oh, I'm doing very well in my career, which is my first passion, have you tried something else? Because that might be the one that takes you to the promised land. That might be the one that gives you fulfillment. Check every industry. Let me reveal one secret to you before I go to the next question. You know, when you drive on Lagos Road, you see all these people selling plantain chips. Have you ever bothered to ask yourself how much those companies are making from selling those plantain chips that you buy 100 naira? It looks okay, it's just 100 naira. There's a particular company that is turning around billions in selling plantain chips. Did you hear what I said? Billions of naira in selling plantain chips. So you must really know what you want. You must know what you want. You can have multiple talents that translate to your passion, but in all of that, there will be one that stands out at the end of the day. And that one will be the one that you will find fulfillment. Because you can do multiple things. and it all gives you money. And you think that's the end. But it goes beyond that. Like I say to some people, that some people, they are so poor, all they have is money. You don't want that to be your case. You don't. What if at the end of the day you have all the money and you can't find fulfillment? Is that not a wasted effort? Please think about it.
Thank you very much. Okay, so there's another question, but of course it's similar. So I'll just tell the person to just your response.
Yeah,
Person
exactly.
said, I love being a chef, and how can I merge myself up in the aviation line? It's the same thing. And somebody just advised that a ticketer in the confectionery business may focus on planning international events. Thing from one of our... Okay, so we have another question, sir. Somebody's saying, sir, can you speak more on IATA certification and also the important license?
Okay, first thing first, the cabin crew license gives you an edge to be in the aviation industry, which means that you are a licensed individual to participate. That's it. It's like when you go to a university and at the end of the day they give you a certificate, you now say, now I'm a graduate, right? Does that mean that you will have a job? No. So it gives you the minimal entry into the labor market for you to get a job. So it's now left for you how well you've acquired that knowledge and you put it to use. Now, I've seen people that started with the minimal travel agency in Nigeria and they've been able to go international. And that should be the focus of everybody. You must know what is the end goal of this for me. What is the end goal? Do I just want to stay with working with the likes of Aero, Arik, Airpeace in Nigeria? I want to use it as a training ground to launch myself into the international market. And you need to understand that. Some people, they don't want to leave because they are believing one day that the local airlines will start going international. Then when they go, they can buy goods to bring back to sell. It's very myopic. You are limiting yourself. You can do a lot more than just thinking what I will buy and sell. Most people you find on that path, they are not pursuing passion. They are just using that career as a means to make money, forgetting that after some time they are going to lose interest. Yes. But when you pursue your passion, you find out that there's a whole lot you can do with it. So, getting a cabin crew license is the beginning of you excelling to a greater place. Just say to yourself, this is my end goal. This is what I want to become. And the story will be different. Okay? And same thing with the IATA license. You know, I remember that when we started the aviation school, we had two of our facilitators who were doing extremely well with our results. Extremely well. And the next thing, both of them got jobs with IATA. Because, you see, when you pursue your passion, you will stand out and the world will notice you. That's the truth. So, don't focus on the career. Yes, we do these two courses here. Ask yourself, why am I here? What do I want? Is this what I truly want? If this is what, then pursue it. So it doesn't matter whether you do cabin crew or whether you must know the one that you want and the one that will add value to the bottom line.
Thank you very much, sir. I question house here. We have a question online. Any question in house? Okay, so this is directly to you, sir. It's not a question. It's coming in from Francisca Obiano-Drew. She said, thank you, sir. I'm Francisca Isaac. Just completed class. Time I have learned a lot. Sir, I wish to be a mentee under you. sir.
She's most welcome.
All right, so Francis, you got a response already to your comment. Okay, so I'll just take the last question.
Michelle, you take names of those people.
So this person is saying, good morning, sir. Thanks for this opportunity. I currently work with a travel and tour agent or agency, but sourcing for customer has always been an issue for us. Please, how can we do that? How can we go?
The person is asking for marketing 101. You know, and I always say this, you know, and every time I go in this route, I hope I'm able to pass the message well. You know, you're asking yourself, we're all born to sell. Either you like it or not. We're all born to sell. But we tend not to have a clear understanding. That's why, no, I don't want to go into sales. You don't want to go into sales, but a guy will ask you out and you say yes. What has he done? Because it's not every guy that comes your way that you say yes to. True or false? Why? So you select the market you want to buy. That this market looks like the one that will suit me. And that's how it is. And I say this, that I was a salesperson for a very long time. And I say this, I can sell ice to an Eskimo. Do you know what an Eskimo is? Those people in Iceland. How do you sell? Okay, maybe I use another example. I can sell water to Mami Water. But remember that Mami Water lives. So you cannot imagine me selling water to. But that's it. It's what you love to do. And it's what you train yourself to become. It's never difficult to sell. But a lot of us wants to do the minimum. You know, and we expect a big result. I remember when I started running the travel agency. This was in 2006. Having worked in the bank as a manager, sitting behind the car and driving, I would take my time to read my books before I get to the client's office and all that. So when I started, you know, it's now all about survival, right? It's all about survival. I know how terrible traffic can be in Lagos, especially via Ikoyi. So when I find myself having to go to VI from Ikoyi, the whole place would have been blocked. So I'm not going to give an excuse that, oh, the whole place is blocked, I can't drive. All I need to do is just leave the car now. And I'll jump on the Okada and I'll rush to go and get my result. Some of my friends then, they abused me very well. One actually said, "You are going to kill yourself. So you've now left banking to be jumping Okada up and down. Is that what you want to do with your life? Is this future for you?" I said, "Don't worry. I'm hustling. And when you are hustling, there's no definition to how you hustle. But the story is different today. Because I did what I had to do then to get the kind of results I was looking for." So a lot of us, we limit ourselves. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, yes, my boss should understand that there's traffic on Third Mainland Bridge. That's giving excuses. Is there anything wrong in you being the first person to get to work? No. I don't want to get to work early. Am I the owner of the business? You are. You are, my dear. And one thing that my staff learned from me is the fact that I'll be the first to get to work. They know that. So they started struggling to beat me to it. For a man that wakes up at 2 o'clock, how do you want to beat him to it? It means that he's going to be at work before you. So some of them started waking up early. And that's what people like us have come to enjoy today. Because we've invested. What will I be doing with the sleep? Really? Yeah, it's good to rest. Minimal rest. What am I doing with it? So I get up so early, I start to either read, write, or look into what I have to do for the day. So before I get to work, I've done half of my work. I have excess time to do other things. So you're not me. If it works for you, do it that way. If it doesn't, then be yourself. We all have different ways of getting results. But what matters at the end of the day is the result. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. We're going to take one more question from the online platform, but let's take this first.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm not sure but I've learned if I'm supposed to be in this class. But I run a travel company, and I just wanted to add to the person that asked the question about marketing. What has worked for me, I started my own company after COVID. I was working with previous agencies that had corporate clients and stuff. And what has worked for me is you should cultivate symbiotic partnership that works. Where will I sell my tickets? You can't do it all. You can't be everywhere all the time. So I have people that bring people to me. I issue their ticket, and then I said to them, life goes on. So you have to build symbiotic partnerships. I would have loved to mention one, but it's my trade secret. Do you understand? I mean, if you're selling wigs, you want to establish symbiotic partnership with a big salon, for instance. Do you understand? Because you know people will come, let's come and do their hair. So you want to display or put your flyers in those salons. Same thing with ticketing. Where are the places where people usually purchase tickets? Who are the people that actually travel? I'm not talking once in a year kind of travel. People that actually travel. So you want to create symbiotic relationship with those people that interact with those people. I'm not even talking about personal, marketing right now. Negotiate with people that speak to people that travel. And you are there and you're getting clients on a daily. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity. Secondly, I'm not working with Finch though because you don't have a platform for agents, if I'm not mistaken. I've called severally and I've said, please, because I love it when I'm able to do my bookings. I can search for flights because I wake up in the middle of the night to search for flights. I can search for flights. When I find something, I do my booking, and then I call Finch Low first thing in the morning, issue my ticket. But I don't have that platform with you guys. I don't have IATA, not because I have NC, I have NATA, I have everything. I'm not saying the need for me to have IATA yet. I know I'll have it in the future, but I need you to please do something about that. We need an affiliate portal for agents. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I start from the last thing you said, that Finchlo is working on ensuring that we have a portal to handle that. I'll relate that with the MD, because I'm no longer the MD of Finchlo Travels. I'll relate that with him to ensure that they're able to have a portal, after spending like 17 years in the market, going through the traditional way, and it has worked for you. It's very difficult to change. Not only are you going to be changing the technology, you have to change the mindset of the people, and that's the toughest aspect, to change the mindset. When people talk about changing mindset, I say you have to kill everybody in Nigeria and bring new people before that mindset can change. Because yes. So yes, they're definitely going to do that. Yes, and I agree with you. I remember when I was the president of NANTA, I propose a lot of collaboration, consolidation, but people don't believe that those things are possible because they probably thought somebody else will take over my business and I'll be left high and dry. But that's not the truth. I always say this. Number one, there's nothing you have that you've not been given. Absolutely nothing you have that so when you try to hoard, you just find out that you are living in denial. I was one of the people that did the first consolidation in the marketplace, in the travel industry. I don't know if you heard about Tico. You heard about Tico. So I was one of them. And the Tico was we coming together to be able to, but again, for one reason or the other, that didn't work out completely. But I believe that we're still going to have more. If we collaborate, trust me, we have the tendency of having a bigger market. But we're very myopic in our thinking. We're thinking about me, myself, and I. I don't want anybody to steal from me. No. Life is all about risk. You are here today, you might not be there tomorrow. So what's the big deal? Why are you holding tight to nothing? So we have to change that mindset. And I believe that as long as we continue to talk more like this, the industry will change. Yes.
Okay, so we're talking just now. We got a message from the MD of Finch Glow Travels. So he's saying that thank you immensely at the GMD. The SaaS travel platform enriched with generative AI is set to launch soon.
Oh, okay.
So you have a response already.
You can just get contact across and
all right.
so that they continue to live.
Okay, so final question online. Well, considering the current situation in Nigeria, our passion can be so challenging. How can we overcome the challenges? Thanks for the strong message, sir. That's our final message online.
You know, that means this person didn't really understand the word passion. No matter the challenge, your passion is what gives you happiness at the end of the day. If you go to the north, you go to the south, you come back, you'll be happy because you are doing what you love. Because what? You are doing what you love. So it's not about, oh yes, I'm not making money from it. Yeah, it will look as if you're not making money from it at the initial stage. But things will change, and it will change for good. Remember the 70-year-old man. He's far gone now, but the legacy what? Remains. You and I will still, our hard-earned money, will still take it to KFC to go and spend. Every time we're spending that money, the man in his grave is just turning and saying, oh, they're helping me to keep the legacy. So, on the parting note, if you're not going to do anything in your life, please do not lose sense of your passion. It might seem like it's not adding value to you now. Don't worry. That's why I called it delayed gratification. If it does not happen today, does not mean that tomorrow it cannot happen. And by the time it will happen tomorrow, that is when your friends will say, Oti blow, right? I hope I got that right. It's a Oti blow, and that's what your story will be. All right then, thank you, and God bless you all.
Okay, very much, sir. Thank you very much. It has been a very wonderful time and opportunity to you. Under your tutelage, we are very grateful. One important thing I want to tell us is positioning. We need to go away with that. Repositioning is simply doing things in a different way, right? You cannot do things the same way and expect a different result. And this has been the opportunity that LA has provided for us to be able to listen to somebody, a veteran, somebody that has all that experience. So please take all these things back and let us begin to see or hear from you, testimonies and all of that. Thank you so much. So I'm going to speak more on the discounts. We're going to have them live on our bio, the link. Then, like I said, we can still speak with Ms. Morenike here for further information. Thank you so much. Please remain seated. We have some things to share with you. Thank you very much.
Purchase your tracks today.
Yeah.